Today, we're stepping away from the sterile lines of the city to journey deep into a world where architecture doesn't just occupy the land, but rather submits to it. We're going to explore a masterwork of tropical modernism nestled in the misty highlands of Bentong, Malaysia. This is not just a house, it's a manifesto. It is the Rainforest Residence, designed by the visionary Choo Gim Wah Architect. Before we look at the structure itself, let's consider the challenge: a steep, lush, rain-soaked slope in the Janda Beg enclave of Bentong, Malaysia. Most architects would impose a design, clear the land, and raise the building on stilts. But Choo Gim Wah chose a different path, one of peaceful coexistence. The philosophy here is simple yet profound. Architecture must breathe alongside nature, not against it. This home, completed in 2025, is built for an artist family, and every design decision reflects a dialogue between the permanence of human creation and the relentless, beautiful change of the natural world. It's here that raw, unapologetic form meets the wild, untamed jungle. The location, Bentong, is defined by its topography and its climate. Heavy rains, thick jungle, and cool, misty mornings. This demanded a design that was both resilient and highly responsive. The architect chose a rectilinear, linear plan that stretches out along the natural contour of the land. This wasn't arbitrary. It's a brilliant strategy to minimize site disruption while ensuring that almost every single room receives the maximum amount of natural daylight and, crucially, a cinematic panoramic view of the forest canopy. The home is an impressive 4,466 square meters, yet its low-slung, stretched-out form makes it appear to merely hug the slope. A testament to its sensitive massing, the most striking feature from an aerial view is the roof, a single monolithic concrete plane that spans the entire structure. This immense insulated concrete slab is the home's primary defense, acting like an enormous protective visor against the tropical sun and the torrential downpours. It's a statement of absolute strength, yet it serves a utilitarian purpose, essential to its location. Now, let's talk about the skin of the building. The primary material is off-form concrete, or what we in the industry call raw concrete. This is a classic hallmark of the brutalist aesthetic, bold, honest, and unadorned. However, in the hands of Choo Gim Wah, this material transcends its typically cold, industrial reputation. Here, the concrete is intended to be a living medium. The architect consciously allows the tropical environment to take over. Notice the subtle moss, the streaks of green and black lichen, tracing lines across the surface. This is a deliberate design choice. Over time, the concrete is meant to soften, age, and slowly be claimed by the rainforest. It's a beautifully poetic expression of the temporary nature of human intervention. Complementing the concrete are bursts of warmth and texture. Look at the magnificent perforated brick walls. These are not just decorative. They reference traditional Malaysian vernacular architecture, acting as thermal screens and allowing diffused light and cross-ventilation, a crucial passive cooling strategy in this hot, humid climate. At the lower levels, the base is anchored by rough, local river stone walls, echoing the foundations of traditional Malay kampung houses, blending the modern form deeply to the land. A project of this scale in a tropical climate requires masterful passive design to achieve comfort without relying solely on air conditioning. The Rainforest Residence is a textbook example of this organization. The key is in the sectional design and the flow of air. The massive, deep overhang of the concrete roof provides essential year-round shading, keeping direct sun off the glass. The home is generally only one room deep, a narrow linear plan, which allows the consistent breeze from the surrounding hills and jungle to be channeled through the entire building. the full-height sliding glass doors dissolve the boundaries entirely, turning interior circulation into an open-air journey. Furthermore, the insulated concrete roof and walls act as a thermal mass, absorbing heat during the day and releasing it slowly at night, stabilizing the interior temperature. This intelligent climatic response, executed by the technical team led by Ariel, Tung, Chee, Quan, and the civil engineers at Ing & Ung Consult, is what elevates the architecture from simply beautiful to truly sustainable and deeply contextual. Stepping inside, we move from the rough exterior to a space that is immediately warm, rich, and intensely personal. This is a residence designed for artists, and the interior is, quite literally, a living gallery. The large living spaces feature exposed concrete ceilings, raw, honest, and industrial. This rough texture is the backdrop for a curated explosion of culture, hosting paintings, masks, sculptures, and ancient artifacts. The rigid, cool concrete is juxtaposed with plush, textured fabrics and mid-century modern wood furniture, creating an atmosphere that is sophisticated yet unpretentious. The architect stated, "Artists need walls to display their works." This is why the main facade is largely solid and windowless. It creates expansive, uninterrupted canvases for large-scale paintings, turning the structure itself into a curatorial device. The specialized interior design for areas like the office, studio, study room, and master closet was managed by Genre Associates, showcasing a deep collaboration that ensures the architectural vision extends into every lived detail. I want to draw your attention to two unforgettable architectural gestures that define this project. First, the oculus. As you approach the entrance, you are met by a sweeping, undulating brick form and a magnificent Pantheon-inspired oculus, a circular opening in the concrete roof. This is not just dramatic, it's functional. It draws light deep into the center of the building, illuminating a floating staircase that descends to the private quarters below, grounding the space in a theatrical use of light. Second, the open circulation. The black steel staircases are deliberately exposed and cantilevered, acting as dramatic circulation elements that reinforce the sense of an open-air journey. Moving between floors is not a chore. It is a moment to pause, look out, and engage with the verticality of the rainforest. The culmination of this experience is the infinity pool, which is situated to project out over the valleys. It creates a seamless, visual connection between the water and the green horizon of the jungle, dissolving the final boundary between the built form and the natural landscape. This project, constructed by PSR Construction Sdn Bhd, is a profound success because it embraces the complexities of its site and its climate. It uses the brutal honesty of concrete to achieve a delicate harmony with the jungle, proving that true luxury lies not in isolation from nature, but in a meaningful, lived-in connection with it. It challenges us to reconsider the materials we use, the way we orient our buildings, and the relationship we foster with the world outside our walls. The ultimate luxury, as shown here, is a space where the rhythm of the rainforest becomes the rhythm of daily life. Thank you for joining me on this tour of the Rainforest Residence. I hope this project inspires you to design with more curiosity, more honesty, and more profound respect for the natural world.